Something about this new Samsung update feels different. Not louder, not flashier, just quietly more confident. The kind of update that doesn't shout "look at me," but instead makes your phone feel smoother, smarter, and almost alive. You tap, swipe, scroll, and suddenly realize everything just flows better. That's One UI 8.5, the update that's about to give your Galaxy phone a whole new personality. Hey everyone, welcome back, Sam here. If you love staying ahead of Samsung's biggest updates and the cool features they don't show on stage, make sure to hit that like button, share this with your Galaxy friends, and subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. Alright, let's dive into what makes One UI 8.5 one of the most exciting upgrades in years. The first thing you'll notice isn't even something you can describe right away. It's that subtle polish, the animations that feel a touch smoother, the icons that somehow look cleaner, and that soft blur effect behind menus that adds depth without distraction. Samsung's new visual language isn't about overhauling the design, it's about refinement. A kind of visual calm that makes your phone look premium even when it's just sitting on your desk. And speaking of premium, the phone app finally gets its long overdue glow up. Gone are the clunky menus and boxy buttons. In One UI 8.5, the entire calling experience feels layered, modern, and fluid. There's this beautiful blurred background during calls that makes buttons pop just enough to look elegant, but not overdone. It's subtle, but it's the kind of subtle that makes you go, oh wow, that actually feels better. But here's where Samsung pulls something surprisingly practical. Adaptive data saver. Sounds simple, right? Except this feature is pure genius. See, every time you scroll through apps like Instagram or TikTok, your phone preloads videos before you even watch them. That eats up your data quietly in the background. One UI 8.5 fixes that. With Adaptive Data Saver, your phone will only load videos once you actually tap on them. It even blocks apps from prefetching stuff you never asked for. So less data wasted, smoother performance, and no random slowdowns. It's small, but the impact is huge, especially if you're constantly on mobile data. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. One UI 8.5 isn't just about saving data, it's about saving time. Samsung's control panel is finally getting the flexibility users have been asking for years. You can now move toggles anywhere, hide the ones you never use, and even create your own quick access sections. Want your Wi-Fi, hotspot, and Bluetooth on top? Done. Want to hide that random nearby share icon you accidentally hit every day? Gone. It's personal, it's clean, and it actually feels like your phone. And this focus on personalization runs deep. The Messages, Gallery, and Settings apps are all getting reworked for easier navigation. The Gallery in particular feels smoother, faster transitions, better grouping, and more intelligent photo suggestions. But the real magic comes from the AI editing tools built right in. You can remove people, reflections, or shadows with a tap. Adjust lighting and color like a pro. It's instant, all offline, and seriously impressive. It's the kind of edit that used to take multiple apps. Now it's done before your coffee cools down. Now here's a feature most users won't see coming. Samsung Dex just went next level. Imagine having 4 different virtual desktops, one for work, one for gaming, one for browsing, and one just for creative tasks. With One UI 8.5, you can switch between them instantly. No lag, no resizing drama, it just works. It's like having 4 laptops inside your phone. For anyone who multitasks, this update is a game changer, and it doesn't stop there. Samsung's also adding a new direct voicemail feature that automatically routes calls you don't want to answer straight to voicemail. You can even set it on a timer. Deep in focus mode? Working out, filming, no problem. It'll handle the call silently and politely, saving you from those awkward sorry, can't talk right now moments. It's the kind of thoughtful touch that makes you realize Samsung's not just updating software, it's understanding real-life use. But maybe the most under-the-radar change is the new notification system. Instead of bombarding you with endless alerts, One UI 8.5 actually prioritizes them. It learns what matters, messages from favorite contacts, time-sensitive apps, navigation prompts, and puts them front and center. everything else quietly moves aside. It's Samsung's way of cutting digital noise and keeping your focus where it matters. And tucked inside the system files, there's talk of something even more experimental, a dynamic mini pop-up bar. Think of it like a floating smart notification panel that adapts to what you're doing. Music playing? It shows controls. Charging? It gives you charging speed and estimated time. On a call, duration, and quick mute. But here's the twist. You can move it, resize it, or even customize what shows up. If Samsung nails this, it could be one of the most useful visual changes in yours. Of course, all this ties into the bigger picture, the upcoming Galaxy S26 series. Originally, One UI 8.5 was supposed to launch alongside the S26 lineup early next year, but with Samsung reportedly adjusting its production schedule, things might be shifting. The S26 series, including the base, plus, and ultra models, could now launch around March 2026, and that means One UI 8.5 might roll out slightly later than expected. But here's the upside: more time for optimization, fewer bugs, and a smoother rollout across older devices. And that's another thing worth celebrating: Samsung's commitment to longevity. Instead of rushing flashy updates, they're now focusing on refining stability and extending device lifespan. Early testers say animations are smoother, app transitions faster, and battery management more consistent, even on older phones like the Galaxy S22. That's huge because it shows Samsung's finally prioritizing long-term users, not just new buyers. One UI 8.5 feels like a message from Samsung that says, "We hear you." It's not about stacking features, it's about perfecting the experience. Every gesture, every animation, every small interaction feels more thoughtful. It's like your phone grew a personality that actually understands you, and honestly, that's the kind of update that doesn't just change your phone, it changes how you feel using it. So, when One UI 8.5 officially drops, whether that's late this year or early next, don't expect a loud revolution. Expect something better. A quiet transformation. A smoother, smarter, calmer Galaxy experience that just fits, because the best updates aren't the ones that scream for attention. They're the ones that make your device so seamless you forget it ever needed fixing. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into One UI 8.5, drop a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because we've got even more Samsung secrets, Galaxy tips, and exclusive leaks coming soon. Catch you in the next one. Sam out!